All right, so I came from over here. I actually crossed this log in the river, walked across that because I saw there's a build going on here. And that's all I wanted, was just to find out where he's building his new stuff, because, you know, he's always staying busy, you know. So look, there's like all this material lined up. You got a roof on the damn thing. And look, there's a roof there, and you got the back wall being filled in. I mean, I can see standing on them and breaking them, but like, they don't break like that, do they? I don't know. They seem twisted. I don't know. Maybe they're just getting trampled. Probably those are. I don't know. That's a weird bust. It just looks like he's fidgeting with stuff down here sometimes, you know? But look at this post all the way to the ground. Kind of not really holding it up because this is coming off the tree. It's just a perfect fit. And then he's got all that lined up. I mean, I don't know. Look, there's more like trail indicators. You know, I don't know who's doing that. Honestly, that's not everywhere around. It's only like around where he's building. I think it makes it look official. Like, don't mind the stick work here. Just the park rangers. But yeah, isn't it so cool? And this is on a smaller scale than a lot of stuff, but it's so close to humanity that it's just baffling. But you know, I go out into the deep woods and I find the same thing. You can walk a mile away from any roads and houses and come across this exact same thing. So, really cool example of a Sasquatch structure built within the city limits. I'm not in Denver, I'm in a suburb here on the west side, but a place I go often to find new stuff. Just never ceases to amaze. Thanks for watching. Okay, we got a family gathering going on here, but I just want to show you what I saw when I peeked over the hill. Is this little bit put up right here. That's just like a blatant demonstration in the area. A couple more to the right there. You know? Interesting. All right, this looks new to me. You've got some fence rails actually used to build this thing. And it's in an area where there used to be like a homeless camp around here. I remember the rangers came through and cut some stuff down. But there's a big break up there. You know, like maybe who knows which broke first, the cut or the break, you know, which came first? I could break that back down off if I wanted to. So Sasquatch looks like he's leaving it. I wonder if they might have came up and cut it when it was high, because they do have ladders and stuff. But the point is, they clean this area up, and then half a year later, this is back up in the place. Also, this looked placed here. I don't know if it's... Oh, I didn't know with that bark there. It looks like it could have been all kind of stylized and stuck up in there. Who knows? But then one other thing. Not really sure where this came from. Just kind of hanging out in the tree. It's got the classic bark ripped down. You know, maybe. So, food for Sasquatch thought. All right, the first question is, where did all the bark go? Is what I'm thinking as I'm walking up. Here's some stripped. I came up around here. I wonder if he's using that to strip the bark. Whoa, is that a Sasquatch tool? All the bark is stripped off of these trees, and this is just hanging out. That is weird. Damn, it really makes you wonder if they would do that. I bet they can get some gigantic strips if they're using tools like that. That is something to think about. Now I see a little stick manipulation over here that I wanted to make an example of. You see these lined up, placed here. It's just like a little Sasquatch playtime. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it means. But I think they're in this grove, you know, just here by the river doing their thing. It's just really amazing to think there's a lot of trees down this here, right here. There's been a lot of stuff I've seen snapped. Also, the other day I found a hawthorn that had been previously broken a year or two before, and then it was ripped open again, which I thought was interesting. And I always look for patterns and such. And what I noticed here, I mean, this is all down. Let's put it that way. But it was just interesting to see this ripped down. I didn't know if it was old or new, but it looked, I don't know, it could be actually a little older. I was just looking on the way in, but all this stuff ripped down. It is rotted, it is beaver chewed, and you know, eventually it's gonna go. So that's the nature of the cottonwood, but you wonder when is Bigfoot helping out a little bit, you know? But nevertheless, a lot of stuff down here. Having a great time by the river, finding lots of stuff. Beautiful day in Colorado. Thanks for watching. Remember when I asked where did all the bark go? Well, this is a weird trailside bark pile that I've never seen Parks and Rec do. I've just never seen a bark pile next to the trail ever. So I think I solved the mystery and I'm on my way out. So made a nice loop, gonna come up here, cross the bridge, go to the parking lot. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.